The SSC CGL Tier 1 live mock has been conducted on the Oliveboard platform with the sectional enabled timers, and I'm here to discuss the logical reasoning section with you in detail. So let's quickly start solving the questions right away. So the first question is right in front of you and we can discuss it. But in today's mock, before we proceed, I will just let you know that in today's mock, actually, there were a few questions, not a lot, a few questions which are actually off track. Off track means slightly different. They had a slightly new approach, and which only emphasizes the fact that reasoning nowadays is evolving into a situation where it is not very predictable. It's not difficult. Even if it is unpredictable, it is not very difficult. So the new things also which may come up which you may have to encounter in a live examination, they might still not put you completely off track, but the novelty itself can lead to some sort of, ambiguity, some sort of nervousness. So to tackle that, you are having a fair amount of practice in these mocks. So make sure that you are ready. Because of the sectional timer in the reasoning section, we don't know what exactly is going to happen, what are the questions which may be asked, but this much is for sure that they are not going to stick to a particular pattern. There are going to be variations which we have been observing so far. So make sure whatever comes your way, you're ready. So the first question asks you which of these roll numbers is a palindrome. Now, what is a palindrome? Palindrome means if you read it any order, it will still remain the same, left to right, right to left. For example, in English, we can write the word level. L-E-V-E-L. It's a palindrome. L-E-V-E-L, L-E-V-E-L. So these are palindromes, okay? So which of the roll numbers are palindromes? So if you read this 282282, 282282, both the directions same. 91449119. So this is not true. 331133, same again. And 601206, 60 but 2106. So this is also not true. So only two of the roll numbers are palindromes. Option C is the correct answer. Okay. 46 seconds. Not a problem. It's okay. Next, which word cannot be formed using the letters of the word promulgation? If you see, ratio is clearly formable, mango is formable, popular, there are two P's here which is absent here. But if you just quickly give a glance to option, also is forming. So option C, popular, will be the answer. Just because a particular word has two letters which are missing here, don't blindly answer it right away, because sometimes you may still be able to form popular by repeating a P, but they might give you a question which is altogether, which is having a letter which is not there only altogether. Okay, so that is why always just give it a short check before you mark the answers. 21 seconds. Perfect. Next. Okay, they have been very consistent with these type of questions. If you see the Raipur interview slot, try to do this manually. Manually means verbally. Don't try to write it down here. Okay. Raipur interview slot was 10 days after Bilaspur. Okay. Bilaspur 10 days Raipur. Durg is 3 days before Raipur. So Durg is 7 days after Bilaspur. If Durg is on 1st October, 7 days after Bilaspur, when was Bilaspur? So 1st October, 7 days before 1st October is what you need to find out. Correct? Can you understand this? Try to figure this out in your head, right? But for the sake of it, I'll write it here. So the Raipur interview was 10 days after Bilaspur. So we have the Bilaspur interview here. We have 9 days in between, and we have the Raipur interview here. And Durg interview is 3 days before the Raipur interview. So what will happen is, now there are 6 interviews here. Then we have the Durg one, and there are so this is 7 and 3. So 2 here, and we have the Raipur interview. This is how it is working. Okay. So now the question is, if the Durg interview was on 1st of October, when was the Bilaspur interview? So it is 7 days prior to the Durg interview. Now, if there are 30 days in September, so this is 31st. Assume this to be 31st. So 31 minus 7 is how much? 24th. So 24th September is the correct answer. That is what we are looking at. Okay. 50 seconds. If you are mathematically not clear about the days, addition, subtraction, then you will face a problem. Now, this is one of the new questions. Yeah, not new question exactly. This is a very old question, matrix-based, word matrix-based questions. Almost discontinued now. SSC has not asked a single question in the last few years. But despite that, keep it in practice, because you never know, right? And they have asked you in the reverse order. Usually, they give you a single word and ask you to find the correct matrix matchings from the options. This time, they have given you a matrix address and they are asking you the correct word. So, when you look at the words, look at the options first. Always eliminate your options, always solve your options vertically. So H is the same everywhere, A is the same everywhere. Don't check for the first 2 letters now. Straight away check for 3rd and 4th letter. Okay. So 3rd letter is 04. This is always row first and column next. Okay. First row, then column. It's like your Cartesian coordinate system. So first 0, then 4. 0, 4 is L. The third last is L. Second last is L. So this hashed option B is gone. And the last one is 3, 1. 3, 1 is T. In the end, it has to have T. So LT. So option D will be the right answer. Okay, 27 seconds. Next. Which code is inconsistent with the pattern letter, digit, letter, digit, letter, digit? So in the end, it should have a digit. It's absent here. So gone. Okay, 24 seconds. Next. If ampersand is subtraction, exclamation is division, asterisk is multiplication, and question mark is addition, then what is the answer here? 864 divided by 36, this is 24. 72 into 9, so 630 plus 18, 648 minus 24 plus 67. If you look at the unit digit, 8 plus 7, 15, 5 minus 4, 1. So these two cannot be my answers, but 691, 681 are quite close. So quickly solve this, okay? You can either go this way also. This is 715 minus 24. You can do it this way. So this is 691. Or you can try to solve this one first, 67 minus 24, and then add it to 648. We don't usually refer that because sometimes due to board mass, the answers might change. Anyways, option A is the correct answer here, 691, 47 seconds. Next. Statement course of action. The statement is saying, heavy smoke is coming out from the kitchen area of a hotel, but no guest has reported injuries so far. Often you will come across questions, especially in critical reasoning in the reasoning section, which are based on your current affairs, things which have happened in the recent times. Okay. So course of action says, ignore the smoke until flames are clearly visible. Of course not. And move guests away from the affected section and call fire safety personnel. Of course, that's the only one correct. So only 2 will be the right answer. Okay, it's pretty clear. I think there's no explanation here required whatsoever. If there is smoke and there is heavy smoke, that means there has to be fire. And whether there is or whether there is not, you will never take risk. Okay, if you're saying smoke, you act. Now, this is based on ethical dilemma. You are selected to represent your team in an inter-department discussion. Not ethical dilemma, I would rather say it's a social emotional intelligence question. So you're selected to represent your team in an inter-department discussion, but the topic is partly unfamiliar to you. What is the best professional attitude? What will you do in this case? So you have been selected. Okay, so you have been given the opportunity. Somebody has shown trust in you. But the topic which is being discussed on is partly unfamiliar. Not completely unfamiliar, but partly unfamiliar to you. What is professionally the approach which you will take? Attend and speak beyond the knowledge? Of course not. Beyond knowledge means you don't know, but still you'll attend and you'll speak, oh, this is, I don't know this, but despite that you're bragging about things. No. Request others to answer everything. I'll keep mum. You keep answering for me. No. Completely not a right approach. Prepare, ask doubts, and then participate. This is the best and the most easiest answer. I think most professional case scenario here. Complain that the selection was unfair. Absolutely not. 18 seconds. Mostly you'll find questions are pretty easy only in reasoning section. And they won't create a lot of fuss for you. Find the missing letter. B, E, H, D, G, J, F, I, what? Okay. Place values of the letters. So 2, 5, 8, plus 3, plus 3, 4, 7, 10, plus 3, plus 3. So 6, 9, 12. Option B has to be the correct answer. We're just adding 3 row wise. Okay. This was question 9. 14 seconds. All right. Some people tell me that we can't see the question numbers. So let me just bring it here. Yeah, works now. Now, which 2 numbers should be interchanged to make the given equation correct? There's one tiny problem here. The problem is option D. Option D says that both A and B can also be correct. Okay, wait. So first identify, okay, look at this one. Okay, 91 divided by 7 is 13. 84 and 91 you can change, it will still become 12, not a problem. 4 and 6 is something which you need to check. 7 and 4 cannot be changed because 91 will not be divisible by 4. So this is definitely gone. But now is where the problem arises. Let's say I check A and it is correct. Despite that, because this is available, I'll have to check B also. So this is where my time will get wasted. Despite knowing the answer also, I might have to waste extra time. Anyways, let's try to save as much as we can. So 84 and 91 if we change. So I'll have 84 here and 91 here. This makes it 12. and this makes it 50. 50 into 4 is 200 plus 12 minus 22 plus 84. This is minus 10, 74, 200, 274. Pretty easy. Option A is right. Okay, we'll have to check option B also now. Option B is changing 4 and 6. All right. So this is 6 and this is 4. So this is 43. 43 into 6 is 240, 258, right? 258 plus 13 minus 22 plus 56. Now just observe this. 58, 50, 60. This is almost 310 is crossing that. Even if you subtract 20, it's never going to come around 274. Okay. That means this is not true. So partially only we have verified it. You don't have to solve it completely. So option A is your correct answer. This is where it is going to consume a bit of time. So obviously smart people, what they do is they pick up the question, they solve it a bit, they understand it's time consuming, they drop it to come back to it later on in the end of the section. So utilize the sectional timer in your benefit. Okay. Mirror image. Pretty easy, I think. This arrow is pointing here, so it will flip like this. Okay. The letters D, K will flip like this. The upper arrow will remain the same only. So this is gone. This is gone. This is also gone. All the arrows are below here. Only this case the arrow is above in the upper direction. And the letters have been flipped. So option 3 is the correct answer. Figure 3, option A. 19 seconds. Next. Odd one out. Try to make it as visual as possible. Less calculation, more observation. Okay. So 2, 7, 10. This is plus 5. This is plus 3. 7, 12, 15. Again plus 5 plus 3. 13 and 17, this is plus 4, wait. And 11 and 15 also is plus 5, and this is 11 and 16 and 16, 19 is plus 3. So option C has to be the odd one out. MQU, 18 seconds. Next. Repeated letter series. Fill in the vertical options first. Vertically, if you see, the second option is A everywhere. Second letter, second blank is A. And the second last blank is B. Okay, what does this tell you? The options which are left at the end and the first are B, C, B, C only. Alright, wait. Option BA, BA, BB, BA, C, BB. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, so here if we see BAAC, B dash dash dash, BAAC. So BAAC, BA. So we'll have BA here. BAAC, BA, BAAC, BA, B. BA, B. Last one has to be B. So this is gone. And third one has to be A. So this is already gone. So these two will also be gone. This is the only option. Just fill it first. CAA, CAA, CBB. Check. CBAA, CBAB, CBAA, CBAB. Option D is the correct answer. Okay. So look for the patterns and take help simultaneously from the question, from the vertical options and from the other options also. Mixing all three of them together is going to save you a lot of time. So the person was smart now. Again, dropped it here now and came back to it later. That's the ideal way of how you should solve these questions. Statements, syllogism. All crisps are hard. Some hard is crusty. All hard are brittle. Some brittle is crusty, absolutely right. All crisp is brittle, absolutely correct. Some crisp is not crusty, I cannot conclude that because they are not connected to each other. Only 1 and 2, both 1 and 2 follow. Option B is the right answer. 31 seconds. Next. Number series. The difference is not much. Let's check the difference. 100 units here, 121 units here, 81 units here, 9, 10, 11. This has to be 8. This has to be 7. 7 square, 8 square, 9 square, 10 square, 11 square. Check. 188 minus 64 or 75 plus 49. 110 and 14. 124. Option B. Unit digit 4 is only in here. So either which way is option B is the correct answer. Okay. 30 seconds. Great. Next. letter completion, again repeated letter series. So pick up vertical options first. Option 1 is the first let blank is C, last blank is T. Nothing else is repeated. X, W, T, Y, X, W, T, Y, B, C, X, W, T, Y, B, C, X, W, T, Y. CW, BXY, CT, CW, BXY, CT. Yes, it is there. It is following the bill. If it was a partial repeat pattern, you would have observed it accordingly. Okay, 35 seconds. Next. Z, Y, W, T. So what is happening here? Z minus Y is 1. Minus 1. Then 25, 23 minus 2. 23, 20 is minus 3. So 20 minus 4 is 16. So we'll start with the P. So these two are not possible. Oh God. Now P and Q are there. So only the middle letter is changing. A plus 1 is B. B plus 2 is D. D plus 3 is G. G plus 4 is 11. So P, K, Q is my correct answer. Okay. Try to be as verbal as possible. Less utilization of pen and paper. Stage is coded as this, teach is coded as this, topic will be coded in what way? Now a lot of people, what they feel is in this question, stage is written as this. So they will think that, okay, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They'll arrange it first. So they'll be like 4, 1, 2, 3 and 5. But if they apply it here, it's not going to work out for them. Okay. Then they'll think about some other things. They have understood that it is based on movement pattern for sure. But the pattern is something which a lot of people will take time to figure out. It's very easy, but instantly it will not come to your head. Once you have tried and tested every other basic patterns, then you will land here that, okay, now I understand what is happening. Consonant, 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 arrange in ascending order. Vowel, vowel, arrange in ascending order. Separating the consonants first, arranging them in ascending order, then separating the vowels next, arranging in the ascending order. So separate the consonants first, so we'll have C, P, T, and vowels next, we'll have I, O. C, P, T, I, O is option B. Okay? 53 seconds. Next. The position of how many letters will remain unchanged in the word friendship when the letters are arranged in alphabetical order. Okay. Two options to approach this question. Number one, which I prefer, just write their place values. So 6, 18, 9, 5, 14, 4, 19, 8, 9, 16. Now just quickly arrange this in ascending order. So the least one is 4, then we have 5, then we have 6, then we have 8, then we have 2 9s, then we have 14, 16, 18, 19. And if you observe, there is no repetition whatsoever. So my answer is what? It's none. The other option is that if I write it in an increasing order only. The letters of the word friendship, I'll write it in increasing order. So I'll have F, R, I is somewhere here after F and before R. E is here. N has to be here. D is here. Friend, ship, S, H, I and P. Okay. Now write friendship below it. F, R, I, E, N, D, S, H, I, P. And you'll observe there is no repetition again. So you will choose option B. The choice is yours. See, generally having longer words and trying to arrange them in an order, the letters actually becomes difficult. So it's better that you have some sort of an arrangement where you will either use the numbers, their place values, to make it easier for you and quicker for you. Paper cutting and folding. See, unfolding is only happening in this corner. So this will become an open rhombus. This will become a complete rhombus. And there is a significant gap here. So when this rhombus will go on the top, there will be a gap in between. So option 3 and 4, 2 and 3 are absolutely impossible. Between 4 and 1, if you see the flap, only this one is opening and then straight away this one is opening. So this one will not be repeated here. It will straight away go on the top. So this is also not possible. Only figure 1 is a possibility. Okay. So figure 1, option A. Just eliminate the incorrect ones. You land on the correct one automatically. Minus is coded as plus. Divided is coded as is minus. Into is coded as divide. And plus is coded as into. What is the answer? So this is 40. This is 30. 40 into 30, 1200 plus 81. 1281. Option D. Pretty easy. 32 seconds. Next. Number series. 13, 32, 70, 146, 298. If you observe the numbers here, they are almost close to their doubles. Okay. So just see, if I multiply this by 2, I get 26 plus 6. Check it here, multiply 2, 64 plus 6. Okay. Check it here, multiply by 2, 140 plus 6. So this is what is happening here. So multiply by 2 plus 6. 8 2 is 16, 16 plus 6, 22. So 2 in the unit digit. Only here, 602 is the correct answer. Okay. 25 seconds. Next. Paper cutting and folding again. There's a D written here. Okay, first they'll open it downwards, so D will remain the same. Water image is exactly the same here. So it will help you eliminate this option and this option. Okay, both these are the same. And then when it will flip there, the mirror image will be opposite. So this is the same only, so this is also gone. This is the correct answer. Option figure 3. That means option A. Okay, 23 seconds. Next. In a certain code language, month, week, iris is written as LMN, week, iris, month is written as MNL, and iris, month, week is written as NLM. This is not exactly Chinese coding. It is disguised as that, but this is simply substitution coding. If you observe the position of iris and N corresponding, they are changing with the positions of the words. So iris is coded as N only. The code for month is L, the code for week is M, and the code for iris is N. What is the code for iris? It's option C, N. Don't get confused by cannot be determined. And the last question for the session today, letter series. Very easy, I think. First letter, okay. We have certain repetitions, so let's start with the first letter only. M, N, O, P, Q. Only one Q. Done. Alright. So with that, we are done with the reasoning section. See, the idea here is how to continue saving time. Saving time is still important. Of course, the meanings are changing now. Earlier, we were saving time to put it in the quant section because there was composite timing. But now we are saving time to be able to solve the complex questions of reasoning, which either otherwise would have taken a very long time. So we would have taken a risk, or we would have almost dropped them in a regular exam. But now we are saving time here so that we have ample time towards the end where we can solve the questions, we can ponder over them, we can contemplate and we can exactly get the answer. So then our solving ability will improve. Our chances of getting a higher or more perfect score in reasoning will improve. See, the idea is still keeping reasoning at 100% score as much as possible so that it gives you that benchmark. Up and above that is going to help you in the selection. That's how it is working, because if a section is very easy and it is still being asked, they're testing you on your logical reasoning skills. So then this is how you need to tackle it. So far, thank you so much for watching it live till here, guys. If you're new on the platform, hit the subscribe button right away. Like this video and do share it across platforms so that other students can also benefit from all the work the Oliveboard faculties are putting in for you. And let me just remind you that the sectional timer enabled mocks, Tier 1 CGL mocks, are all available on the Oliveboard platform now. Go ahead and practice as much as you can to eradicate the fear completely, and do check out the Olive Score. Olive Score is a wonderful feature which is giving you a total exam readiness score at this stage and is compiling all your mistakes and errors so far which you have made in all the mocks so far at one place. So go ahead and check it out. Till then, thank you so much, guys. Bye bye. Namaskar. Jai Hind.